Yo, what up, YouTube? We're back onto the reaction scene. I know it's been a while. I told you guys in my post that I would be taking a little break while I played the money game. So, what better suiting way to come back to a reaction with Money Game Part 3 by REN? This was the video that the whole money game that we were doing led up to, and I had so much fun doing it. This is like the icing on the top. Um, yeah, so let's just get right into this video. Everybody that I know that has seen it is just buzzing about it, say that it's amazing, masterpiece. Let's go. Let's see what it's about. Dude, props to Sam. That's really sick. Is that like when you have the what's it called, a gimbal, and you could just set it up to like spin like that? I didn't know you could set it up like that. That's sick. What a cool effect that is. So sick. Dude, I just realized he's wearing. No way! Run, get out of my freaking head. This was the this was the picture that's on the Money Game website. Like the we had to break down and get the stenography from in Pride in the very first day. We thought it was Agent 47 and it was Ren's suit for this video. Wow. Okay, Ren. All right. I see you. It's also dope. I don't know if that was like a camera transition or if they just did it on purpose to like have the cloth like just fall right in front of the camera. It looked really dope. If they needed a transition there, that would have been sick. But yeah, let's get back into this. Right there is where the thing's just going.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1.
Yeah, I want to go back because I like how he's changing his voice for the different, you know, his was very like Ren like, and then when his dad had like that really raspy, deep voice, I loved it.
Walking quickly, 4 years old, he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old, and his daddy told him, listen here, son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can.
Did it again. That's sick. So every time he's doing the dad's voice, it's like real, like, oh, I love it. And I like, it's so sick how the music is like it's almost like a movie score, right? Like the music is going to the emotions of what's happening. Oh man, I love this. And I like it's very similar to Money Game 2, where he's making a list, like 1, you do this, 2, you do that, like, you know, by 10, it's like become the president, and I forget all the numbers or how far he goes up to, but now it's age. So at age 1 he did this, and 2, 3, 4, and then by age 5 he was reading like a business economics book or whatever. Now he's like making code on the computer. He could have helped us in the game. He should have told us where Jimmy's at.
An adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won.
Oh, that was the first time that he was speaking as his dad, and he didn't like, but it's a very upbeat part of the song.
He tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28.
That's kind of cool. I like how he's interacting with the cast, and when he's doing it, it's the same thing that I'm going to be doing in my video, where what I'm doing is also what I'm saying. So he said something about like arms, or like transferring arms from something to Iran, but he's walking underneath the arms. I like that. I really like that, because it adds an extra bar visually to what you're talking about.
Business to arms, he's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his dad.
So he's trying to become the president. So there's a lot of links to part 1 and part 2. Part 1, what did he say? Something like waving to the president, and then part 2, he's trying to become the president. Like that's one of the steps. Now in this one, he's becoming the president again. I love how he's intertwining all of them together. It's really sick.
He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Man, there's so many different intertwining things going on here, because he's going from he was like a coder or something, like he made an app and he sold that, and then he went into stocks, and then he went into arms, and then he went into the politics. Now he's into the drugs, and that was the whole seashells, where it's like, you could start at this, but why stop at that? Why don't you go into this and then go into oil and then go into drugs? And then I really like this visualization of like spinning the globe while the camera's spinning. And what did it say in part one? Something about like, oh man, what was that line where the world turns and the world burns as the world turns, or something like that? So like, oh, this is so sick. Everything is entwined. It's like one big mesh of all of them. I want to see that camera again. Because while this is spinning this way, the camera's spinning this way, and it's like a cool mind fuck.
With powder and guns, 34 turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
And it was cool how the music was like, almost like where like it's building up, and then it just stops. Oh, I like it. Oh, that's why. Pause it too soon.
35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic.
When did he loosen up his tie? I didn't even see it. Oh, he's doing it right there? That's so smart. Oh man, that was clever. Alright, you got me, Ren. But I like how this the new music score now is like real like dark, like a horror movie. Dun 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 dun, because his dad died, and now he's like, this is gonna just transform him from being like this, get all this money and get all this power, and now he's just gonna fucking go unhinged.
34 turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. "35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39,
oh, heating up the spoon and chasing the dragon. Okay, now we're on to heroin.
Of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39.
I like how he's heating up a silver spoon and chasing the dragon. So like a drug reference, but also like having being born with a silver spoon was like a phrase for like where you're spoiled and you have everything handed to you. Now that's a dope little, just a clever little bar in there.
Getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
That was so cool. What a little cool visual effect. They pull the chair up behind him. He just falls right into it. Trust falls right into the chair. I wonder how many takes all of this whole thing took, because this is so crazy.
Again, fuck.
Dude, that was the sickest transition ever. I thought maybe they were going to transition there from a one take just to get the smoke grenade out of there so that, like visually it's not all cloudy in there. So I was like, okay, that's how they're good. Because I was like, well, how are they going to do this with the smoke grenade? When it went behind his back, you'd seen it go pitch black. So that's where the transition is. And then it's this. Oh, what a surprise. Oh, fucking live band playing behind him. That's so dope.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck for money and fame. Cut the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution? Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Alright, as a former military person, if you're ever playing with a prop, no matter what it is, you know it's unloaded, whatever, keep your fucking finger off the trigger. It's the only thing I'll say.
Consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Rain, rain, rain.
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is
he holding a 45? It looked like he was loading 9, but it could have been 45. They're fairly close in size.
Home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
That's rough. Ugh, I hate to see that. I really hate to see that. But that's really dope. Fucking how artistic and beautiful was that? And like I said, I love all the intertwining spots. So many times that you would just hear the same lines that came from the other ones, even just like looking in the mirror and he's looking in the mirror. The becoming the president and doing, going more and more and more. And oh man, what the little masks that they used in part 1. What a beautiful piece. I totally understand why he said that this was like his favorite piece that he's ever done. Just the fact that you got people playing those live instruments, he's mic'd up. I wonder how they did the mic'd up part because he took his jacket off and that's where the mic was at. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check it out. But damn, He's so dope, man. His fucking mind just works way different than normal people's. He's so artistic with everything, and I'm sure every step of the way there was like something where he was like, let's do this because that will add to this, and that's just how I see him. I can't imagine even the money game, like setting up the money game from a different country, how there's a lot of parts that were in the UK and he's in Canada, like just relying on his team to do it. I wonder how what those like phone calls or voice meetings were like, how much of a perfectionist he was on that. But this is for the Money Game 3, so great video. Definitely the best of all of them. But it's almost like it's all three of them are one song to me, so it's really, really dope. Really, really dope. Can't wait for the next thing from Ren. Well, his album drops tomorrow. I got that on pre-order. It'll actually be midnight tonight for me. Uh, man, can't wait. We got to hear the one of the songs that's not released today. He played on his Twitch stream, and it was really dope. It was my favorite song that I've heard from him so far, and I only got to hear it one time through the Twitch stream, but I really loved it. But I'm really into the Seven Sins, and with the game that we just played, it really like everything just fit together like so crazy that it what he did in the game and the lyrics in the song. So yo, I'm gonna quit rambling. Love you guys. Have a good night.